Tesla becomes more valuable than Walmart. Today, I'll talk about that, a portfolio update, and doubts in the market in general. Stick around. That's right, Tesla stock price had a huge week. But if you're new here, let me introduce myself. I'm James. This is James Talks. We go through a portfolio I put together earlier in this year and watch it each week and talk about some of the things that are happening in the market. If you're interested, subscribe today and you'll get notified whenever I put out a new episode each week. All right, back to Tesla. Now more valuable than Walmart as the shares surged to $2,000. The first time they've crossed the $2,000 threshold. It's already the most valuable automaker in the world and now is more valuable than Walmart. Let's dig in a little bit on what this year has actually looked like for Tesla. We can see in the last 5 days, Tesla has increased 22%. Last month, 50%. The last 3 months, 160%. The last 6 months, 484%. And for the last year, 52 weeks, it's up 870%. Whoa. What we didn't get this week was any surprises around earnings, profit, deliveries, no huge news, just the market reacting and trying to buy growth stocks. We did get this. Don't you just love elevator music? There certainly is something James Bond all this, that both the ferrying parachute and the ship with the big net here that you're looking at were both autonomous. So the chute is being steered by a computer and the boat itself is being steered by a computer, but neither one of them have anything directly to do with Tesla. Here's an article that I think sums up the atmosphere pretty well. It's by Barron's, but it quotes Gary Black, who's a Tesla investor. He says, "I'm amazed that normally smart people argue Tesla's share sell at an absurd price to earnings multiple when other mega cap growth stocks such as Amazon.com, which sells at 53 times earnings, Lululemon sells at 58, ServiceNow sells at 63, Salesforce 58, and are all similar 2022 price to earnings with less growth potential." So there's a huge demand for whatever reason right now in growth. And I think this is spot on saying you have to compare Lululemon with Tesla with their P ratio and say you can't just treat everything as a earnings report. This isn't all just math. There has to be some analysis of what's actually happening here. Tesla's building a factory in Germany. They're building a factory in Texas. They're really demand constrained right now and will be so for the foreseeable future. There's a huge demand coming for electric vehicles that's going to eat away into internal combustion engine sales, and Tesla is by far the leader in that market and will stay the leader for years to come. That means compound growth year over year. Just to put things in perspective, here's a list of the top companies in the United States by market cap. Apple's number one. You can see they've grown 134% in the last 12 months. Amazon, Microsoft, Google, Facebook, and here comes Tesla at number 11. So Tesla is on a course to be one of the most valuable companies in the US. Okay, now we can get to a portfolio update. As you can see here, breaking 2,000 for Tesla brought this portfolio up to $90,000 For the first time, we broke the $90,000 mark. This is a portfolio of Tesla and Vanguard Midcap Index funds. Here's another look at the performance over the last 8 months. What's pretty incredible is you can see a almost $13,000 gain in the month of August. Most of that contributed to Tesla, but I haven't made any more contributions in August, and I will in September, but really this portfolio has just been performing great. And it's something I'm not doing actively, it's working for me. So all these gains are without me doing anything. Last thing I want to go over is anytime we have a run up in the market like we've seen over the last couple of weeks, there's always a lot of Chicken Littles that come out of the woodwork and say things are overpriced. Tesla's overpriced, Apple's overpriced, all of tech is overpriced. The only reason that the S&P is doing well is because of the tech, and I think these are not necessarily bad arguments, but I think that it doesn't matter in the long run. In the long run, no one knows what's going to happen. No one knows exactly what's going to happen. No one knows if there's going to be a price correction, and that's why when I invest, I'm not focusing on the next year. I'm not focusing on the next 2-3 years. I'm thinking 5-10 years out. Tesla is going to be a fantastic company. 10 years out, the US stock market's going to continue to appreciate. Price discovery is not going to be lost. And just a second on that, price discovery just basically means if everybody in the world is blindly putting their money in index funds, then no one is doing the actual diligence to figure out how much a stock should be worth. And you've seen a huge uptick in Vanguard funds, their low-cost ETFs, and now every other major brokerage has had to take account of them and provide their own low-cost or no-cost funds almost. And what people are doing is just investing in those ETFs and saying, I want all of the stock market. If Microsoft and Apple are doing well, they'll lift the market up, and when Microsoft goes down and Exxon and another company or a new company you don't even know about does well, they'll lift the market up and it'll even out over time. I'm not seeing, or what I don't think there's conclusive evidence is that there aren't enough people doing price discovery. If anything, I think there's more individual retail investors in the market, more people trying to time the market than ever. There's not a shortage of people. Just think about the people you know investing right now. Are there more or less of them individually? And are they all buying index funds? And I don't think the answer is everyone in the world is buying index funds all the time. So I think price discovery is going to be just fine. I think there's a chance that we see a correction anytime we see valuations drift outwards 3 years or price to earnings start going up. And we're not talking crazy price to earnings like 80 times. We're talking 25, 30 in some cases. So I don't think it's absurd to see some of the valuations we have now. Will there be a correction in the next 10 years? Yeah, almost 100%. How long it will last, I don't know. Should that keep me from investing in the market? No. When I look at these articles, the big takeaway is like, oh, I should always time it, but the timing is never right. The only timing I know is time in the market. That beats timing the market almost 9 times out of 10. That isn't to say you can't do your own work and find good companies and invest just in those companies. I think there's a great place for that. And Tesla was one example for me this year. And I think there will be other examples. But if you don't like doing that work, why do it? There's always going to be some fear of missing out and maybe people piling into things they don't understand or companies they don't really truly believe in their products and their future. and that kind of works itself out over time. But I think having a consistent strategy of investing every month, every week, whatever that may be, in the market over the long run will continue to pay benefits. And that's all I have today. Thank you so much, and have a great rest of your day. We'll see you guys next week.